Welcome to the History Rhymes podcast.
Okay, so Caesar is he's kind of an outsider, but still wealthy. And he will get to join the Senate when he gets older. His uncle, through marriage, is the famous Marius. And Marius is the head of the Populares.
Which is where we get the name Mario.
Yes, that's actually 100% accurate.
Yeah, exactly.
Write that down.
That's right. We're here to learn. No stupid questions on the podcast today. So how does this bring us to Mario Kart 64?
That was not a question. It was just a statement. It's like, and that's where we get Mario.
Yeah, I'm just here to fill in the blanks, folks. This guy, he's not going to cover everything.
No.
And I know I gotta answer the questions that the people have.
Yeah.
Which is the Mario thing.
I'll just go off.
Yeah.
So Mario's ancestor,
right.
Marius.
I'm not going to interrupt you. We need to get to the part where Caesar's a person in history, and then we can start drawing parallels to Trump.
You asked, he's like, we need to find out where Caesar is in history, so we can start saying, oh, Trump is Hitler.
Yeah, we got to get from Caesar to Hitler. We got to cover hundreds of years. This is crazy.
Even thousands.
Thousands even. Yes, like we are in currently 900 AD.
No, we're in 100
oh,
still.
Right,
well,
sorry.
we're in the early first century BC.
I just want to find out, where do you get a haircut like Caesar?
You don't
in
want
this
one.
day and age.
You don't want one.
Oh,
But it's
right.
great
Sorry.
clips.
The
Great
bowl
clips.
cut.
It's
the
great
bowl,
clips.
Yeah, you can.
There's no bowl cut.
I thought he had a bowl cut.
Jumping ahead, Caesar, of course, does have thinning hair.
Right.
And he is a
much
fashion.
like Trump, and people are often discussing this.
Sure.
Like, is it a toupee?
I actually could have added how their hair was well known. In fact, Caesar was very self-conscious about his hair. He later on,
well, who isn't? That's why I'm wearing a hat.
Yeah, it's why I wish I was.
Although I
wearing a
did
hat.
just switch conditioners, and my hair felt really great when I did that.
Underneath this hat is the most beautiful auburn hair you'll see. Just like underneath that shirt is the most beautiful 8-pack you'll ever see.
And auburn hair.
I don't know about that.
No,
not
that's
much.
not true either.
Not much.
But that's for another episode.
Yeah.
We have some side episodes.
So
that are just me.
Caesar, he's very self-conscious about his hair. He fortunately won the Corona Civica, which is their kind of Medal of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
He saves a guy later on when he's fighting in the legions. He's fighting in Mytilene, and
Right.
he saves another Roman citizen's life.
Sorry, the Corona what?
Sorry, the Corona Civica, the civic crown.
The civic crown.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he wins it, and that's the laurel leaves. That's
that's
what
what it is.
That's what all the emperors will wear as their crown.
Right. Okay.
Right. Keep in mind, like Caesar.
Were they real leaves?
They were like a bronze maybe like.
Right.
So
the
he
bronze,
would wear
yes,
that.
I know
He would
what
wear
you're
that,
saying
and that was
now.
great because he could cover up his receding hairline.
Right. Perfect.
And he would be very careful with his hair. And one time Cicero saw him fixing his hair with like his fingernail. He was like looking in, and Cicero's like, this guy who is fixing his hair with his pinky baby finger is going to be the one who destroys the Republic. Like, how is it that this dandy, this fashionista, is the one who's going? He's like,
he's just sitting there in the mirror, just stroking
like,
his hairs one by one with his pinky finger.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So all right. Caesar's growing up. Marius
today.
goes. There's a civil war right when Caesar's like a teenager.
Right.
And it's between Marius, head of the Populares, and Sulla,
Mm-hmm.
Lucius Cornelius Sulla.
Right.
And Sulla, he's a very interesting, ruthless figure, very smart, very cunning.
Okay.
And he beats Marius. Marius was a great general. He'd been consul like 7 times.
Right.
But Marius was old. He liked to drink, and Sulla beats him, and Marius dies. And so Sulla is then now the dictator of Rome. So already, right, in our story, Caesar's a teenager. There's a dictator of Rome.
Right.
And the dictator,
in a republic?
In a republic.
I can't believe it.
I won't.
Republic.
I won't believe it.
Yeah.
Not my republic.
Can't call this a republic. No,
yeah.
It's a lie.
So they had a 6-month office that in times of trouble, when Rome was under great threat, they would appoint a dictator
right.
for 6 months until the crisis was over.
That's what a lot of people think's going on today, Tom.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! How could we be so blind?
This is why I need people to tell this to me.
We elected
so that
him,
I can
and
see
he's
it.
still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Fair enough.
Well, we're gonna figure out the mystery
so
here.
Sulla starts to put Prescriptions.
Prescriptions.
Yeah, he starts,
And this is where we get our first pills.
he starts giving prescription over-the-counter medicine.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't have
Peptides.
He's like, guys, do you have diarrhea?
Yeah.
I think managing Rome is tough, guys.
Yeah.
And it gives me diarrhea. So try Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah. Yeah. That was one of the first speeches in Rome.
And
it
people
was
cheered.
First sponsored speeches.
Did they ever cheer?
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
cheered.
it's
And
true.
that's where the dance came from.
And that's where the Corona 500 started as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see what you did
Yeah.
there.
It
That
was
sounded like an Indy car race. Like,
Well, that's what I thought this
welcome
was.
to the Corona 500. Get your Coronas
Yeah,
out.
it was a chariot race.
It's a NASCAR race. Okay.
Yeah.
So he starts doing these proscriptions where it's just lists
Right.
of people that, if you brought these people to him, you
Mhm.
could kill them or you could straight up kill them.
Okay. Sounds
so
like a fair trade.
at this time, Caesar makes the decision to get married because back then you could get married at 15 or 16,
Mhm.
14, right?
Why not?
Puberty hit. You're like, let's.
It's 100 BC. What am I going to do?
It's like, I don't
People
have
don't
much-
need to date.
I don't want to date.
Yeah.
Right?
And no
So-
one's in school.
One of Sulla's main enemies, other than Marius is dead. One of
Right.
Marius's great allies was Cinna.
Mm.
And Cinna,
How do you spell that?
Cinna.
I knew it was a soft S.
Yeah, it was a
Just
soft
like
C.
Caesar.
Yeah. Well, of course, I don't really want to get into Latin pronunciation,
Right.
but most likely Latin, like the AE is pronounced I in Roman Latin. So
Right.
it'd be I's, and the C is probably hard, so it's
Kaiser.
Kaiser. Oh, look at
Just
that.
like the bun.
Look where we're back.
Yes.
Oh, the buns.
The
yes,
buns.
the Kaiser's buns.
And that's what brings us to Mein Kampf. It was
All right.
supposed to be Mein Kaiser.
Yes.
And it was a baking book.
It's mine buns.
Yes. Mein
Like,
buns.
hey, do you have an 8-pack? Do you like buns?
Well, hey, Pepto-Bismol.
Come down to the gym.
Yes.
Where a lot of strong men are
Yes.
working out.
Yeah.
We're going to offend our German audience.
Yeah. Well, they're not going to listen
They're
to
the
this.
only people left
They can't
you can actually
speak
make fun of.
English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Germans. So, okay, so
We
he-
were just speaking
So
German, though.
Caesar actually makes the decision to marry Cinna's daughter, Cornelia.
Right.
Beautiful, vivacious, lovely. I imagine
How do we
she's-
know that?
I'm
Do we
just
have a
making it up.
picture?
I'm making
Is
it
it in here?
I
in
would
the
imagine
picture
she-
section? Nope. Not even
Yeah.
close.
How do you know she's blonde? Is she blonde?
This is the pictures are Egyptian.
yeah, yeah.
They're pharaohs. This thing's a fraud.
We will get to Egypt.
Yeah, we
will.
will
get to Egypt.
Well, Caesar leads to Egypt, which leads to Nazi Germany. There we
And
go. We got the
history
rhyme.
rhymes. History
Yeah.
rhymes.
That's it, folks.
We did it.
We
The
found it.
Nazis, they were in Raiders of the Lost Ark searching, and
He's-
that's probably in Egypt. I'm going into my Trump
Yeah,
impression.
it's happening very,
Well,
very slowly. I
I
don't
was
do it.
watching Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I said, wow, Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford, I didn't know that he didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
What did Indiana Jones do that the Nazis couldn't have done? I wouldn't have done. If I'd been there, my eyeballs wouldn't have melted.
This could be the whole episode.
It'd be like,
Just
what
like,
if Julius Caesar, kind of a
Julius
fruitcake?
Caesar.
All right.
Fruitcake, butt salad guy. Anyways, going
So
on.
Sulla is like, you just married the daughter of my greatest enemy. We get it. She's good looking. However, hauls Caesar in.
Yeah.
Caesar's like 16 years old. I'm aging him. He's
Yeah.
like 16. And Sulla says,
Slowly.
you need to divorce that woman.
Right.
Now, Sulla's holding everybody in going, divorce that, divorce. Now, Pompey.
It's just like today. Marriage can't last, even when you're 16. This is crazy.
Dude,
16-year-olds are divorcing each other. Did I get that right?
I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
In
it's
this day and age,
crazy.
kids are getting married
That's why
at
we
15.
don't let them get married.
They're getting married at 15, divorced by 16.
They don't know who they are. They look in the mirror and they're like, who am I?
Yeah.
And then they let everyone else in the
Like,
house,
I'm so
tell them
glad-
who they are.
I'm glad I have an 8-pack.
Yeah. That's all that matters. Now
yeah.
sculpt me.
Yeah. So,
And give me that bronze leaf
So what do you
crown.
think Caesar said to Sulla? What would you say?
What did
Basically,
Caesar
if he
say?
says no, he's going to die.
I'd be like, get out of here, man.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to
This
do.
is my wife.
Yeah, it's my wife.
Do you love her? Well, we just met.
Yeah.
No. So he actually says no.
Yeah.
And he is the only man in Rome who says no.
Okay.
So all of a sudden we see the character of Caesar emerge. And he is a man who's not willing to be controlled.
Right.
He's a man who's actually willing to take the reins of history.
Right.
You can imagine he had extreme charisma to the point where Sulla is like, all right, so Caesar flees Rome. Sulla's kind of like, well, do I kill this kid? Like, Everybody else divorces.
I feel that in almost every interaction. I mean, I'm like, do I kill this guy? Like, come on. I don't know. I guess I'll let him go.
I'll let him go. So Caesar flees Rome.
That's Rome for you.
He's hiding out. That is Rome. He's hiding out. And he actually gets malaria at the time. It's a rough time.
Yeah.
And his mom is the one who actually pleads with Sulla. Aurelia goes to Sulla and is like, let him go. Sulla allows him to go into exile. But before Caesar goes, and once again, we don't know if these are, real quotes or if they're attributed afterwards, but Sulla says something to the effect of, in that boy, there are 4 Mariuses. Like, he recognized that his great enemy, Marius, it's like Caesar is 4 times as powerful, as charismatic, even at 16.
Right.
It's amazing in history where you see these characters emerge that they just seem like, I remember I read this account of a British soldier talking to Napoleon, and he was like, after that conversation, I would have gone to the ends of the earth to fight for that man.
What do you think that is? That charisma? Where does that come from? Is it just a natural thing?
I think great men just have that ability where, like, you hear that about most presidents, where it's like, even if you voted against him, like, think of the president you hate the most, and if you spend an hour with him, it's like you're going to be working.
You'll still be a fan of him, yeah. You have to have that level of convincing charisma to be able to get that far. I think.
And Caesar's got it in spades, John. Let me tell you.
Okay, tell me more. I want.
Okay, so